We have breaking news this morning. A teenager who was shot twice while trying to rob a gas station is now booked into jail.
Now, this story had a lot of you talking on our Facebook page last week, and the clerk turned the tables and pulled his own gun out and fired. News Channel 5 Sophie Nielsen-Colding joins us live from the Metro Jail this morning. Sophie, what's his side of the story?
Well, that's why 18-year-old Gabriel Gonzalez was in the hospital before coming to the jail here. He was being treated shot wound when he snuck up on that clerk who was outside taking a cigarette break. We've got some video from that scene. Actually, we were there when this happened a week ago today around 11:30 at night. It's at the Chips Quick Stop for those of you who live near the that area in Jolton. It's on White's Creek Pike, excuse me. Police say that clerk went outside to smoke. He was approached by three guys. They were all wearing masks, and one of them had a shotgun. Police say that was Gonzalez. Well, the clerk pulled out his own gun, fired at one of the guys and hit him in the stomach. That was Gonzalez, shot once in the stomach. Now, witnesses who were nearby heard the gunshots and came over to help Gonzalez once he'd been shot. He was lying on the ground, and he told them, you asked me his side of the story. Well, according to these witnesses, Gonzalez told them that he was sorry he was trying to rob the store and that he was doing it because his mom was on dialysis. But now he's waking up in jail this morning facing a pretty serious charge. Live at Metro Booking, Sophie Nielsen-Colding, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Sophie. Also breaking overnight, Metro Police are investigating a random shooting that sent a man to the hospital. This happened near Portway Alley and Havenbrook Drive in Belshire. Investigators say a man heard some gunshots coming from a wooded area, and then he was struck twice in the arm. A friend took him to the hospital, and he's expected to be okay. Officers haven't found that shooter, but did find several spent casings nearby.
Happening now, a dangerous man is on the run after breaking into a home and robbing the women inside. This is Blaine Basler. Police say his accomplice, William Troop, is already behind bars. The two apparently broke into a Springfield home late Tuesday, and they pretended to be bail bondsmen, then forced their way in the home and tied up the owners there. At one point, investigators say they pulled a gun. One woman was pistol whipped, the other was shot in the arm. If you see Blaine Basler, call police immediately. And we have new information on a deadly hit and run in Madison. Investigators have identified the woman killed as Jennifer Hayward. We told you yesterday morning Gregorio Morente was arrested in the crash. He told police Hayward stepped out in front of his minivan, and after she was hit, he got scared and then ditched his van. Morente faces several charges.
Detectives have found the car that hit two women on scooters in downtown Nashville, but the driver's still missing. The black Lexus believed to be involved in the crash was found covered in black plastic in a backyard in Madison. The homeowner said that car belongs to his son, who refused to answer any questions without an attorney. And right now, that Lexus is being processed for evidence. The victims, both from East Tennessee, are still recovering. It was a video that shocked the entire community, and now it has a lot of you talking on social media, and you have been for at least a month. Earlier this month, a thief attacked and robbed an elderly woman as she was leaving Bible study. He reached out from his truck and violently grabbed her purse, pushing her to the ground. For the first time, we're hearing about how she's doing after suffering broken bones. An elder at Lebanon Road Church of Christ says the woman also has a swollen face. The incident prompted the church to beef up security measures. They already have a team that oversees the church's safety, and now they're considering adding officers to Bible classes.
I thought it was a terrible incident, and even more so since she's not even a regular member here. She was visiting. We're going to change the way things operate in regards to the ladies' Bible class.
Terrible situation. The elder says he and others have talked about paying for the woman's medical expenses after her hospital visit. Well, today marks 1 week until voters pick who they want to lead Metro Nashville.
There are more than a dozen candidates now for mayor, all making that final push for votes. A reception was held last night for Carol Swain. The former professor says she's ready to work and is putting together a transition team. Swain says Metro teachers should get raises, but didn't mince words when asked whether she'd fire Police Chief Steve Anderson.
Well, he's a civil servant. I can't fire him, but I can appoint a new chief and he can become a captain.
Swain was asked that question after she mentioned police should arrest protesters who blocked streets, something that happened just this week on the James Robertson Parkway Bridge. Meanwhile, the Nashville Predators have endorsed Mayor David Briley. Predators president Sean Henry and Nash appeared in a video yesterday voicing their support. Remember, early voting for the special mayoral election in District 1 seat runs through Saturday. Election Day is next Thursday. For more information on the candidates and voting, head to our election section on newschannel5.com. And hundreds of people rallied against an anti-immigration bill, and they called for the governor to veto it.
Now, some people consider this bill one of the most extreme anti-immigrant proposals in the country right now. If signed into law, it would require all branches of local government, from school resource officers to the fire department, to be involved in the deportation pipeline. Councilman Fabian Bedney also points out the financial burden this bill would carry. For instance, the cost to train police officers, and then there's the cost of incarceration.
It costs $75 a day per person to keep somebody in jail until they see an immigration judge. That could be millions of dollars just to enact this thing, and they haven't offered a penny to cover the cost.
The governor's office says Haslam will make a decision in the coming days about what he's going to do. She's not giving up. Clarksville Mayor Kim McMillan has called a special city council meeting today to discuss a new ordinance that would pave the way for an athletic complex. Just 2 weeks ago, the council rejected a multi-million-dollar athletic complex project backed by the mayor. But the difference this time around, it's a smaller tract of land to consider, and it's $1 million cheaper. The 300-acre area would still be big enough to accommodate a proposed soccer park and baseball stadium complex.